go down to Jerome's undisclosed location, and of course, full screen, Andy. So you know it's going to be an after school special. I wanted to talk a little bit about happiness. Now, I understand being a Vikings fan and happiness, I mean, they're sort of mutually exclusive and never shall they cross. But I just think, in general, we've talked about this before, where I think coming from a positive point of view, when it comes to sports teams or really anything in life, I think it does carry over. Like, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Like, once you know the way, you see it in all things. And that's why we're concerned about fans who are always looking for the negative angle, because if you're looking for something, you're going to find it, whether it's something negative or something positive. And I do worry that even though sports is the toy department, it's this nice little distraction from life, that if that becomes ingrained in you, that's going to carry over to your regular life. And I do believe that happiness is a choice. And I'm not talking about clinical or chemical depression or anything like that. I'm certainly not trying to downplay that. But I think just in general, people who are dour and snarky and negative, I think that's a choice. And if that is a choice, why can't being happy be a choice? And you see it with people who are constantly happy, constantly smiling. They're just really enjoying life. They're grateful, and I think that's something that can be a learned skill and something that you can dedicate yourself to. Because lots of people choose to be miserable. I mean, absolutely. Whether it's cheering for a certain sports team or just in general, and you see them in your life all the time, and you see them at work, you see them out in public, you see them in your family, you see them with your friends, sometimes you see them with your significant other, where everything, it's always Eeyore, like everything that could go wrong is go wrong, everything that why does bad things always happen to them, and blah blah blah. And some of it can be pity and self-wallowing, and some of it is just being a victim all the time. And do those people ever seem happy? No. And do people really want to spend time around someone like that? Probably not. Or what bugs me a lot too is when people get into the mode of, I'll be happy when X happens. Like, I'll be happy when I get that job. I'll be happy when I get that house or that car, or I'm in a relationship with that person. If your happiness is contingent on something happening in the future, I don't know if you're going to be happy when it happens, right? Because yes, like, ego is obviously important. It's what drives us to build things in our life and create things and achieve things, right? But if you're never happy with what you have, finding that next thing, finding that next high, it's not going to help you. It's like why people are addicted to online shopping. It's like, hey, this sweater is going to make me super happy. Nope, on to the next one, on to the next one. And people do that with shopping. People do that with relationships, certainly. And it's tough. It really is tough to see, because I think that you do have to live in gratitude. And if you're not happy with what you have, you will never be happy. And even if you're in an absolutely miserable situation, like being a Vikings fan, you can always find something to be thankful for. And it can be something so small and insignificant, but it does change your mind, and it does change your perspective. It's like, so when my father passed away from cancer a number of years ago, he went through chemotherapy, lost his hair, lost his teeth, everything. Eventually, they amputated his leg up to the hip, and it just, from a health perspective, it really was a not good final couple of months. But every single day, when I would see him, he would have a smile on his face, like he would be chipper, and he would just have a positive mental attitude. And I asked him about it one day. It's just like, Dad, you got a lot of stuff going on that's not good, but every single day you're upbeat. Like what is going on? And he would just say, like, well, I'm happy that the sun is shining today. I'm happy that we had a good lunch today. I'm happy that an old friend that I haven't seen in a while, called or visited and had a good chat. And it's just things like that. I mean, you can find things to be grateful for in hell. And just like the other way around, you could have a perfect situation. You could have a perfect life. You could have everything going on for you, and you could be miserable. You see it all the time. You think you see people with massive abundance, whether they're a billionaire, whether they have good looking equity. I mean, come on. But, or you see them with a great career, you see them with a great house, great car, great family, everything. But they still find a way to be miserable. And I think it is just a lack of gratitude and a lack of perspective. And I think that it is a choice. You can choose to live in negativity, you can choose to be mad, or you can literally choose to be happy. And I think it all starts with gratitude. And it does start with a couple small things, and it works up to big things. You know, be happy that it's sunny today, or happy that it's raining today because we needed the rain, or happy that you have your health today, happy that your kids still want to talk to you, happy that you have a loving spouse, happy that you have a couple dollars in the bank for a rainy day. All these things build up, and I think that once you take stock and once you are grateful, once you do have gratitude in your life, that you just tend to be happier. And I do think that that is an active choice. And yet I still cheer for the Vikings. Freaking A, man. Anyways, Skull, no production value.